Coming to the stage next, welcome storyteller Jane Player doing Memories of a One-Room Schoolhouse.
I didn't tell you I wrote her script.
Is that yours?
No, it's yours.
Whack!
Mine is.
Whack!
There.
Whack!
You want some?
I can still hear the sound of the teacher stopping the little boy in grade 1. He was just a rambunctious little kid who wasn't used to sitting all day. It was my first day in grade 5 at Escott School, and the beginning of the year I had to endure Mr. Tom Hayden, the teacher. He was a red-faced middle-aged man who constantly coughed and cleared his throat. My father, then a staff sergeant at the Army base in Kingston, ran our household with military discipline, but he never strapped my sister and me. We were the perfectly polite little English girls, seen and not heard, and I was very shy. And now I was very afraid of my teacher. How did I end up at this school? One evening in 1963, we went for a drive in the country to look for an old stone house that would be our home and my parents' antique shop. Just before dark, my mother spied a hand-painted for sale sign on a sandstone cottage built about 1840 in the tiny village of Waterton, about 50 miles east of Kingston. We immediately drove to the next village to find the owner. The house was within reach of my parents' meager budget, and so my fate was sealed. I was anxious about going to the school even before I saw the strapping. The village kids told me incredible stories. They said that the big boys tied up a little girl to a tree and that they locked the teacher in the outhouse. So the morning that I walked into the school, I saw 3 large windows on each side of the one-room classroom that let in natural light. There was a picture of Queen Elizabeth hanging at the front of the room. Large maps with pictures of Nielsen's chocolate bars lined the walls. The teacher's desk was on a wooden platform so that he could peer down at us. Chalkboards lined the wall behind his desk. One lunch hour, I saw a boy kick the teacher's car and make fun of it because it was an older model car. All the boys laughed. I saw Mr. Hayden peering from a window in the school. He became very angry. He made us stand at attention by our desks all afternoon while he lectured us. He paced across the wooden platform, slamming his pointer against the chalkboards. He paced up and down the aisles, slamming the pointer on our desk, yelling, "You're raving mad! Raving mad! You don't know nothing in this neck of the woods! You're raving mad!" He coughed and cleared his throat and then resumed lecturing us. He used to make us repeat all of our lessons over and over again until each and every one of us got 100%. No one would ever volunteer to do anything in front of the class, so he always picked on my sister and me. Until that point, I had always loved school and loved my teachers, but he took away all my confidence. I had always been an A student, even in grade 1 when I missed the first 4 months of school. One day, I saw a girl run up the aisle and tried to copy my sister's notebook. Mr. Hayden caught her and told her and my sister that they would both have to stay after school to write out lines. I thought that was so unfair. My sister hadn't done anything. He also told me that I would have to stay so that I could walk home with my sister. That made me so angry. But I was so afraid of Mr. Hayden, I didn't have the wherewithal to protest. Fortunately, by grade 8, things had improved. I was now in a big 7-room school across the road, and I had learned how to stand up for myself. My teacher, who was also the principal of the school, gave me 98% on a test. But he told me that I had answered every question perfectly. I thought I deserved 100% on the test, but he told me no one's perfect. I had to accept the less than perfect grade, but not before I kicked his wastepaper can and dented it. I was no longer the perfect little English girl, seen and not heard. Thank you.
Give it up for Jane Claire.